think about those moments, the tiny, unexpected shifts in our day that come from, well, something small a stranger does.
Oh, absolutely. Like someone holding an elevator door when you're rushing, or just a genuine compliment out of the blue.
Right. These little interactions, they can sometimes stick with you, can't they? More than you'd expect.
They really can.
Yeah.
It's interesting how a seemingly minor thing can kind of flip your mood, sometimes even more than some grand gesture.
Yeah, which brings us nicely to what we're exploring today. We're diving into a story shared on the Speak English with Class YouTube channel.
Oh.
Specifically, it's from their English Leap podcast segment, which uses shadowing for practice.
Right, shadowing, just so everyone's clear, that's where language learners listen and repeat almost simultaneously.
Exactly, trying to catch the rhythm, the intonation, the real flow of spoken English.
Gotcha. So it's focused on sounding natural.
Precisely. And within that material, they shared this short story called She Found a Note on a Pink Umbrella.
Okay, intriguing title.
It sounds simple, I know. But our mission here is to really unpack it. Look at the narrative, the feelings it evokes. See what insights might be hiding in this everyday kind of tale.
Because often these small personal stories, they hold up a mirror, don't they? They tap into something universal about connection, about how we react to things.
Yeah, even a really simple narrative can shed light on, well, bigger ideas.
Definitely. Looking forward to digging in.
Okay, so let's paint the picture. The story starts. It's a rainy Monday morning. We meet Rachel. She lives alone, city flat.
And the description gives this feeling of quietness, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
almost too quiet. That heavy feeling you can get on a gray day.
Yeah, that stillness, it subtly sets a mood, maybe hinting she's feeling a bit isolated, a bit down.
It suggests a certain vulnerability, I think. The too quiet isn't just about noise level, it's emotional.
And then, almost like the universe is piling it on, she finds out her umbrella is broken.
Oh no.
Yeah, bent, mechanism jam, that little frustrating thing that can just feel like the last straw sometimes.
Totally. We've all been there. A minor hassle that somehow magnifies everything else that feels wrong. That broken umbrella kind of symbolizes the whole messy day vibe.
So she heads out anyway, into the rain, no umbrella, feeling damp, cold, probably pretty fed up.
You can just picture it, trudging along.
But then, at the bus stop, something catches her eye. Something unexpected.
Amidst all the gray and the wet, right. This is where it pivots.
Yeah, there's this bright pink umbrella, new looking, with white flowers on it, just leaning against the wall.
Wow, okay. A real splash of color.
Yeah.
And just left there.
Exactly. And the story makes a point that clearly doesn't belong to anyone waiting there. No one claims it, no one seems to notice it much, it's just present.
That's interesting. The fact that it's unclaimed, it adds this element of like chance or serendipity. Like
Yeah.
it appeared just for someone.
And that someone turns out to be Rachel. She picks it up, and that's when she sees that there's a note tied to the handle.
Ah, the note. What did it say?
It said, if you're reading this, it means you need it more than I do today. Take it. Stay dry.
Oh, wow. That's incredibly direct and kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the assumption of need that's striking. An anonymous act of empathy, purely based on observing a situation, maybe someone seeing the rain and thinking, someone might need this.
And Rachel's reaction. The story says her eyes widened, and it was her first smile of the day.
I bet. It's such a simple thing, the umbrella, the note, but it just cuts through all the negativity of her morning.
It creates this little moment of connection with a complete stranger.
Yeah, it taps into that basic human need, doesn't it? To feel seen, to feel like someone cares, even in a tiny way. The note isn't just functional, it's recognition.
And the umbrella itself apparently worked perfectly. It kept her dry.
Good.
And she felt warm for the first time that morning. And the story uses the word seen. She felt seen. That really lands, doesn't it?
It does. Seen is powerful. It's more than just being looked at. It implies understanding, acknowledgement of her situation and her discomfort. The umbrella becomes a symbol of that.
Right. And riding the bus, she's thinking about the stranger's kindness, but it doesn't stop there. Like the feeling seems to stick with her because the next day, she decides to do something herself.
Ah, paying it forward.
Exactly. She leaves one of her own favorite books on that same bus stop bench.
Nice.
And she attaches a note, too. This book made me smile. I hope it makes you smile, too. A stranger.
That's lovely.
Mm.
So the kindness she received sparked something in her. She felt compelled to pass it on.
Yeah, the ripple effect starts.
It shows how receiving kindness can be motivating, right? You want to keep that positive energy going.
And the story suggests it did keep going. Rachel starts noticing other little things appearing at the bus stop later,
Like what?
like a pair of warm gloves with a note saying something like, "If your hands are cold, these are for you, take them."
Oh, that's great.
And another time, a bag of candy with a sweet message. It becomes this quiet little chain of kindness, as the story puts it.
I like that phrase, quiet little chain.
Yeah.
It emphasizes that these aren't big, showy things. They're subtle personal gestures, almost like a silent conversation happening at the bus stop.
Yeah, just people quietly looking out for each other, which really gets to the heart of it, I think.
Hmm.
This story is a reminder, isn't it, that even on those days that feel heavy, when you feel kind of alone in whatever you're dealing with.
Unexpected kindness can just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like a little nudge saying, hey, people do care, even strangers.
And that directly pushes back against that cynicism that can easily creep in, especially in busy, anonymous places like cities. It suggests there's still this underlying potential for connection.
The narrator in the original source, Crystal, she framed it really nicely. She called it a little moment, little mistake, meaning the broken umbrella,
Right, the initial problem.
transforming into a beautiful memory, which really highlights how one positive interaction can completely reframe a negative experience.
Absolutely. It's about perspective shift. What started as a bad day, defined by that broken umbrella, gets redefined by generosity, becomes a memorable, positive thing instead.
So, just to kind of pull it together, we see this single small act, leaving the umbrella, have this pretty profound effect on one person, Rachel.
Mm-hmm. It changed her whole morning, her whole outlook.
And then, importantly, it seems to have sparked more kindness. It created ripples in that small community space.
Precisely. It's a perfect illustration of how these seemingly insignificant gestures can create a positive feedback loop, touching more people than the initial act might suggest.
And it really makes you think, doesn't it, about your own experiences.
Definitely.
You start wondering, have you had moments like that? Received some unexpected kindness? Or maybe seen it happen?
What was the impact? Did it just brighten the moment, or did it stick with you longer?
Yeah, did it linger? And maybe turning it around?
Yeah, thinking about our own role in this.
Right, considering our own ability to maybe start one of those ripples, even the simplest thing, noticing someone might need a hand, or just offering a kind word.
It could have effects we don't even anticipate. Small actions, big impact, potentially.
So, maybe here's something to chew on. Could it be that just paying a bit more attention, noticing the small needs around us and choosing to respond with these small kindnesses, could that be a much more powerful force in shaping our days and even our communities than we usually give it credit for?
That's a really interesting thought to end on. How much power lies in just
Yeah.
noticing and acting kindly.